Yo, what is going on, guys? J.Yumeko here, and today we're back with some more The House in Fata Morgana. Now, last time we left off, I do believe we finally got Lord's Key. We went up into the tower, and we confronted Morgana. However, things did not go the way we expected them to. She ended up dying in our arms, which was not supposed to happen at all. She was supposed to die the next day. But we do now know that Morgana and the witch Morgana are they're two different entities inside Morgana's body. So she's basically, from all the trauma that she endured, got split personality, essentially. So without further ado, let's jump right back into it. Oh, also, another kind of important thing to note that happened, I think, I don't know. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is that Morgana now is kind of interfering in this past that we're in. I don't know. Go watch the last video, okay? I can't explain this. What the hell? Ugh. What I see beyond the door is not the nighttime courtyard. The sun hangs high in the sky, shining down the blood-soaked grass. Why? What's going on? That's when I notice the weight of Morgana's body is gone from my arms. And then, out in the courtyard, Nellie. I see a flaxen-haired girl vomit blood and fall to the ground. A young man kneels over her and takes his own life. No. There are dead and dying townsfolk all around the nun. The swordsman is skewered as he scrambles to reach her. And at the door, just to my back, Jacopo. The Lord lies unmoving, slumped against the wooden frame in a pool of blood. How can this be? We were all just talking not a minute ago. How the hell did we get from that to this? Why? Why, damn it? I changed the past, did I not? I steered them away from this outcome. I changed. Oh. That's what this is. As much as I don't want to believe it, it makes sense. I'm guessing that what we're getting at is that this isn't actually the past. This is just another one of Morgana's illusions that she's tricking us with. The sense that something wasn't quite right I've been feeling ever since I got here. The darkness that swelled up when I touched the necklace. I was never in the past at all. This isn't the real world. It's the realm of the dead. The same domain in which the cursed mansion resides. Which is why when I arrived here something felt off, because death filled the air. Somewhere deep down I could sense a similarity between here and the mansion, that gathering place of departed souls. It was never possible for me to travel back in time, to exist and interact with the real past. I was able to summon the darkness, because this isn't the real world, merely a reconstruction, a projection of their souls as memories. It was all set in stone long ago. None of the time I spent with any of them was real. Every emotional moment I thought I shared with them was all an illusion. None of my conversations, none of the smiles I managed to get out of them were real. I was never there. I was never present in the past with them. I'm currently sometime after all that. Sometime beyond all that. Beyond the 17th, 18th, 19th centuries. What I spoke of as their next lives was actually their past lives. All three tragedies are history. Immutable, irreversible history. There's nothing to change anymore. Notice the music has changed. I'm pretty sure this is a new track. I think. I don't think I've ever heard this. What then did I fight so hard to achieve? did I accomplish by warning them of their next lives, by convincing them to endeavor to take different paths? Nothing? Was it all for nothing? I go limp at the sight of it all, dropping to my knees and sending ripples through the sea of blood. Morgana, the girl who called me an angel and asked me to deliver her unto her father, is still chained up inside the tower. What did I accomplish? What purpose did anything I do serve? Was it all just a big damn waste of time? But my cries go unanswered, simply fading into the dead air. Giselle, who kept me going for so much of this ordeal, is still silent. No, I did accomplish something. It wasn't a waste of time. Everything I did, it wasn't for nothing. I may not have changed the past, and I may not have stopped their tragedies, but I achieved something. I uncovered their stories. I learned the truth of everyone's involvement. You can't take that away from me. I know you're out there, Morgana. I know you've been watching this whole time. You know the truth now. I accomplished that much. That has to change how you see them at least a little. If the present Morgana has a change of heart, decides to let go of her hatred, then that should cause the cursed mansion to disappear, set their souls free. I'll take that leap of faith, that what I've done is enough, and make my way back, believing there's a future for them beyond their tragedies. I'm coming back, Morgana. I'm returning to that house. To that world of blackness seething with hatred. To my present. I'm going to try this once more. An honest attempt to really see you. To face you, Morgana. I'll be there as soon as I can. Kneeling in a puddle of blood, I turn my gaze toward the heavens. The searing sunlight is slowly eroded by the darkness, and my body, mind, and soul follow soon after. The bloody, corpse-riddled courtyard dissolves, and I find myself once more in an utterly lightless void. I clench my teeth as hard as I can manage, squeeze my eyes shut as tight as I can, because that's the only way I can keep the screams back, the tears from spilling down my cheeks. What is this? Complete Chapter 8, Deliverance. Okay. Michael. Open your eyes, Michael. Come to me. The white-haired girl? What? We meet at last. What? Why is the white-haired girl here? Never mind that. Where am I? I was trying to get back to the mansion. How did I end up here? Do you know who I am? Of course I do. How could I not know who you are? Splendid. But what are you doing here? Why is there a sword in your hands? And why can I not speak? I was able to return to this gathering place of souls thanks to your efforts. Your uncovering of the truth of those events that transpired so many years ago allowed me to remember everything I had forgotten. To remember who I am. Remember who you are. You mean that you're a part of Morgana? My apologies. Bringing your soul here without any preparation has left you in a bit of a nebulous state. But my heart told me I had to do this now. Though you have no voice, I can feel your presence quite clearly. O Michael, namesake of the great Archangel Michael and man of tremendous virtue, I have brought you here to ask for your assistance. I pray you will be able to help me. My request for you is simple. Take this blade, and with it, extinguish my soul. What are you? Extinguish your soul? I realize that it's cruel for me to ask this of you, and for that I deeply apologize. But I want it to be you who sent me off. Could you grant this girl her selfish request? That's not why I sought the truth. Not because I wanted to see anyone extinguished, but because I wanted to see everyone free from the mansion's cursed bonds. Because I wanted to put an end to this cycle of pain and suffering. Because I wanted to save every last person caught in this tragic quagmire. That includes you. And you're asking me to eradicate your soul. I must be destroyed. You can't tell me that after everything you've seen, you haven't realized that I have no place in their lives. While it's true that Morgana wished for misfortune to befall them, if I hadn't been there, none of their tragedies would have taken place. If I hadn't been there, the flaxen-haired girl would have been able to let go of her yearning for her brother. If I hadn't been there, the shipwrecked merchant's lover would not have lost her place as his tether. If I hadn't been there, the ambitious businessman would not have been betrayed by his close friend. Why are you acting like it's all your fault? Are you trying to say everyone would be better off without you? I was not a victim in the tragedies. I am culpable for them. Culpable? Like hell you were. I saw everything from start to finish. You didn't intend for anything bad to befall anyone. You always acted out of the good of your heart. And you're trying to tell me that makes you culpable. What do you say we answer one last lingering question, Michael? The question of what I am. The explanation might be a bit lengthy, but I would like to share it with you before I depart. I was, as you ascertain, created by Morgana's mind as it broke down in that tower. I was born to be a receptacle for her pain, to ease her suffering. But there's more to the story than that, Michael. Upon her death, Morgana's soul was afflicted with great pain resulting from the hatred and resentment she bore. The fact that she viewed herself as a saint only served to amplify that agony. Her identity as a saint gave her purpose in life, while simultaneously constraining her. A saint must put herself second to all others. She must be caring, generous, forgiving, and she must not bear any ill will for anyone. That was not how she felt deep down, though. She was not a saint out of the goodness of her heart. She wanted to hate them, but her identity would not allow her. Those two conflicting aspects of herself tore Morgana apart. She was unable to withstand it. So she took all her saintly characteristics and gave them to me, caring for others, putting herself second, being forgiving. And then she severed that part of her soul. So that's why you always seemed so abnormally pure-hearted. I was no longer a part of Morgana, but something entirely separate. However, I wasn't me yet either. When you came to the mansion and resurrected Morgana, you resurrected me as well. But I had no self at first. I was, I suppose, not much different than the particles of dust floating around the mansion. But eventually, that dust gained a sense of self, taking form as a human soul, and ascended into the realm of man and the fate which governs it. What do you think the first thing a new soul wishes for when it is born, Michael? To live. I wished for a continued existence in this world, in a world where I was never meant to exist. I refuse to accept that there's anything wrong with wanting to live. I was supposed to remain within Morgana as a part of her. I was never meant to be a soul of my own. To become one was to turn against the laws of the universe. I wished to live, and Morgana wished to curse the three men's souls. Though we sought after completely separate things, because we were once two parts of a whole, each of our wishes were shaped by the others. In order for an incomplete soul like mine to survive, it needs something to bind itself to the world, something strong enough to prevent the universe from correcting the anomaly. And so the wish of that anomaly gave birth to yet another anomaly. A house that sat outside the currents of time. One that could descend into the mortal realm at various times and places, and it was that house that served as a tether for my soul. You mean it wasn't Morgana's power that created the mansion, but your own wish?
And why did it have to be that house that bound me to the world? Because that was where she lingered, the girl from which I was formed. Which meant that my wish had the consequence of granting Morgana's with it. The house, having attained perpetuity, served as a place for those reconstructed by Morgana's curse to return to. Furthermore, my connection with her had another consequence. I was the most affected by her wish. As much as I may have wanted to do good, for them to be happy, my fate was dictated by her wish. In that position, my merely showing affection for anyone was damnable. Falling in love was an act of villainy. My very presence malevolent.
Don't say that.
I was the true witch, the true demon child.
Stop talking, please.
It should never have been possible for me to have life at all.
Please stop.
The universe must be returned to its proper state, Michael.
Don't talk about yourself like that.
I must be erased, and Morgana's soul restored to its original form.
But why?
I do not belong here. I never belonged here.
What's so wrong with wanting to live?
The defect must be repaired.
You're not a defect. Damn it. Why couldn't I be able to get a new world? Why couldn't I be able to get a world, and now at least?
The restoration will not be instantaneous. It took many, many years for me to be formed, and it will take as long, if not longer, for the process to be reversed. But her soul will eventually return to its proper state. And perhaps, when her soul is restored, Morgana won't be a human. Perhaps she will be a butterfly, resting upon the lip of a flower. Perhaps she will be that flower. Perhaps she will be the breeze in which the flower sways. But whatever form she takes, it will be her, whole and complete. With me gone, no more tragedy should take place. So please, take this sword and extinguish me. Put an end to this cycle of misery. I want you to be the one who does it. Please. Kill me.
Wow! What? Is there a secret? Is there a secret button I can press? Okay, damn. So, well, for one, I'm wondering, like, if depending on our past choices, if maybe this would give us a different option or an additional option. Maybe. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to click anything else out of it. Ooh, I wonder how that's going to... The fact that they're giving us a choice here kind of makes me feel like there potentially is another kind of, I guess, path, quote unquote, that I could take in order to get a different prompt here. Anyways, I can't. You're asking too much of me. Yes, I want to save Morgana's soul, but do you really have to die for that to happen? Is there not some other way?
Won't you do this for me?
I cannot. I can never take that sword.
I know it's unfair of me to ask this of you, but I want it to be you. As selfish as a request as it may be, I want the curtain drawn on this Erstat's life by the man I admired so deeply.
You admired me.
Let's talk a little bit about that admiration, shall we? And where I got my physical appearance. This goes back to when I was a mere particulate matter drifting about the house. While I still had no mind of my own at that point, I witnessed everything that took place within the house. And in the moment of your death, Michael, was I born.
You saw my death.
Your actions that day appeared to me as the very definition of selfless and honorable. Your life bore many similarities with Morgana's. You were both abused, imprisoned, called a witch. But while Morgana sought vengeance, you watched your own mother burn your crucified body, and you wished for release, rather than revenge.
There's nothing honorable about that. I had just lost all hope for myself.
I expect you'll disagree with me. Say that it was a sign of your weakness. but that was not how I interpreted it. Self-sacrifice being one of the core characteristics Morgana gave me, I was deeply moved. You didn't curse those who had wronged you in life. You chose your own destruction, and I admired that strength of spirit. That admiration helped to shape my wish, to determine the form I would take, the name I would have. That's why whenever I gained a physical body, it was modeled after yours, with snow-white hair and ruby-eyed eyes.
Oh, that was a lot of spit in my mouth.
Why my name was always Michelle, after the same angel from whom you took yours.
I'm in no way worthy of anyone's admiration.
My admiration caused both you and the woman you love a great deal of pain, and for that, I apologize. But it also shows just how much I wanted to be like you. I would ask for you, if you would be so kind, to consider this a great favor for a starry-eyed little girl. A girl who, quite literally idolized you to her very soul.
Don't.
I couldn't ask for a greater honor.
How can you tell me that?
Than to be erased from the world by you, my idol.
And then ask me to kill you.
Please, Michael, be the one to send me off.
Oh my god. So, the white-haired girl wasn't even us, but it was a fraction of Morgana's soul that took after Michael's appearance and name. Excuse me. Because she idolized his selflessness and his actions. Come on, Michael. It's so hard to decide, though. It's so hard to know if this would even be the right decision, because so much of this shit has just turned out to be, oh, and by the way, all of what you just saw was Morgana fucking with you. So who's to say that we're not about to, like, cut her down and then it's like, you know, Giselle or some shit like that, right? I can't do it. No matter how many times you ask, I can't kill someone who's told me they wanted to live. I know what it's like to wish for life.
I don't know if you realize it yet, Michael, but this is the first time we've actually met. The story of the fourth door was Morgana's creation, which means that, until now, we've never been in the same place while both aware of each other's presence. As far as you should be concerned, I'm a complete stranger, yet still you hesitate. I'm glad that you're reluctant, but you've shown me enough sympathy.
I don't consider you a stranger at all. Indeed, this is the first time we've formally met, but I've watched you go through so much. I've seen you live 3 different lives. I've seen the impact you had on the people behind all 3 of those doors. You are in no way a stranger.
With my erasure, Morgana's soul will eventually become whole again. Her curse and the eternal cycle of agony it brings will be no more. When I am gone, everything will return to its rightful place. I implore you to not hesitate any longer.
Are there really no other options? Is killing you really the only way to make things right? To release everyone from this curse?
I'm delighted to have been finally able to meet you. The man after whom I modeled myself. I am incapable of taking my own life, Michael. God's teachings prohibit it, and as such, my identity as a saint prevents me from doing so.
No, I don't want you to commit suicide. I want to find some way for you to live, to remain a part of this world.
I know that by asking this of you, I'm causing you great heartache, and for that, I offer you my sincerest apologies. But so long as I continue to exist in this world, Morgana can never truly have redemption. Tell me, who is it you've been fighting so hard to save?
That doesn't mean that I didn't want to save you too. I believed I could save everyone summoned to the mansion, that no one would have to suffer anymore, that there would be no more tragedies.
Michael, take the sword, please.
Michael, I think we gotta do it, buddy. I think we've gotta do it. As much as I hate to say it, I really don't think this whole idea of, oh, Morgana's seen that this was all a big old misunderstanding, and she's all of a sudden gonna change her mind and be like, oh, well, I've truly had a change of heart. All that hatred that I've pent up for quite literally thousands of years is just gone. Right? I've forgiven.
Worry not, Michael. Doing this will allow you to save everyone. You'll cast off the darkness inhabiting the house, set all its prisoners free, give Morgana her salvation, and give me mine as well. Extinguishing my soul will be my salvation. I've had a full, satisfying life, even if every moment of it was rooted in iniquity. I had well beyond my share of happiness. I don't need any more. O Michael, namesake of the great Archangel Michael and man of tremendous virtue, I ask of you to please draw this cycle of misfortune to an end, to take this blade and deliver everyone from their fates. It must be you, Michael. You must be the one to do this.
Thank you, Michael. Oh, well, there you go.
Thank you, Michael, for having the strength to do what must be done. And I apologize for putting you in such a difficult position. Once my soul has been erased, I will be gone from this world forever. I will not return, not in this or any other form. I feel no woe in that knowledge, though. I welcome my destruction with the utmost of joy. However, if it wouldn't be too much to ask, for you to keep just a little bit of me in a corner of your soul, Michael, to remember me, to remember the life I lived, that would make it all worthwhile. Thank you, Michael. You may very well be a genuine
angel. The whiteness surrounding me evaporates, and I find myself back in the observation tower. I can still feel in my hand the impact of the sword piercing her breast. Damn it! Why couldn't there have been some other way? Erasing a soul is not salvation. God damn it all! She deserved better. So much better than that. No, now's not the time to grieve. There's work to be done. A girl to whom I must offer the chance for salvation. I mustn't cry over the white-haired girl's death now. There are things I need to take care of first. Morgana. Morgana stands there, staring off absently into the distance. After some time, she slowly turns to face me.
What exactly was all that about? Come on, say something. Answer me!
Morgana.
How? It doesn't make any sense. He and the Lord, they couldn't...
There were two different lords. The one at the estate and the one who locked you in the tower.
How? What was he doing there? That's not... I didn't... The man I was trying to curse was the Lord who threw the blood sabbats. How did I... Are you saying I remember wrong? That's ridiculous. I won't hear it. I won't have it for a second.
You're in a very tenuous condition, Morgana. More than even you realize. You can't assume everything you saw in that state of mind to be true.
Why? Just why? That only makes it that much worse. Why would he do that? How could he kill me? He said he would show me the world. I cried for him. He turned out to be the one pulling the strings.
You saw what led to this. You heard what he had to say for himself. Misunderstandings that went unresolved, that should have been cleared up immediately. What he did was wrong. Indefensible as far as I'm concerned. This all could have been avoided if he had told you everything. That said, Morgana, I can somewhat sympathize with how he felt then.
You can sympathize with that monster? In what way?
He loved you. Sincerely loved you. And to be the target of such vitriol from a girl he cared so dearly about, to be mistaken for someone else entirely, I can understand how that would have hurt.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't change anything. Like I said before you started all this, it doesn't change anything. Does this revelation change what happened to me? Does it make me any less of a hate-filled witch? What does it matter if he had his reasons? What does it matter if he's not who I thought he was? It doesn't change the fact that I despise him with every fiber of my being.
It's time to let go, Morgana. I met with the white-haired girl. I know her true nature.
That's not me.
You're right. I cannot definitively say that you and the white-haired girl are one and the same. However, I can say with certainty that she was a part of you. A creation of your broken spirit. The fact remains that she was closer to you than anyone else, in every sense of the word. Can you see the situation you're in, Morgana? The terrible, tragic irony of it all. You've cursed yourself along with everyone else. You brought ruin to a life of your own creation numerous times. You murdered yourself. It's time to let go, Morgana. There's only pain to be found in continuing down this road. Morgana. I take a step toward her and she steps back, quietly maintaining our distance. I can almost hear trembling in her voice as she says,
"Stay back. You, stay away from me."
You have nothing to be afraid of, Morgana. I won't hurt you.
I said stay back, you. I bet you think this is hilarious, that I'm blind and a fool.
Morgana.
Yes, good on you, my dear. You've revealed my biggest secret, that I'm a feeble-minded little girl with a poor memory. You've uncovered the truth of my death, discovered the white-haired girl's true identity. I'd always presumed she was you. How foolish of me. Laughing like I knew anything, cursing the entirely wrong man. Absolutely brilliant, you might say. I've made myself into quite the laughingstock.
I'm not going to laugh about your pain, Morgana. I've come to realize that perhaps I empathize with you out of more than just our shared loneliness. We were both yokes with unimaginable misfortune, lived our lives in lamentation of our fates. I understand your pain.
That boat has long since sailed.
You're right, it has. This is a realization I should have come to much sooner. Though you said it wouldn't have mattered, I still should have made an effort to get to know you in life. I feel guilty about how I constantly pushed you away, so I'd like to make up for that now. I approach Morgana, hands stretched out towards her. She stands there bewildered as I place them on her shoulders, pulling her in. Not for my own comfort as I had done so many times before, and not out of some pretend sense of pity for a sad pile of bones. I embrace her, and all the pain and loneliness she holds inside. Her body gives off no warmth, and it's as weightless as a skeleton all those many years ago. She, like me, lost so much in life. But unlike me, she had no one there in her final moments. It's alright, Morgana. Everything's okay now. The tale behind the fourth door may have been a fabrication, but the creator's soul is always somewhere to be found in her creations. Knowing the inseparable link between her and the white-haired girl, that's where I'll find what I'm looking for. I'm here for you. You're not alone, Morgana. We can end all this suffering together. It's going to be okay.
What's wrong with you? Have you completely lost it? Do I need to remind you of everything I've done? Of all the pain I've caused you?
No reminders necessary. You did quite a number on me indeed.
Then do you want to tell me how we went from that to you holding me?
You didn't do what you did out of a particular grudge against me. Of that much I was always certain. So I hold nothing against you. I bear no ill will. Nor, I'm certain, does Giselle.
You're much too forgiving.
I imagine there's something about having experienced the kind of pain we have that makes it hard to harbor any ill will towards one of our kind.
Shared trauma or not, you and that woman really are something. God, there are no words for how much you irritate me.
The bite slowly drains from Morgana's voice, and in the quiet, I think I hear a muffled attempt to hold back a whimper. I pull away slightly, lifting a hand under her chin and lifting her head. She quickly averts her eyes, but doesn't knock my hand away as I reach them into her hood, gently settling them against her cheeks. I run my fingers across the exposed flesh, and then slowly pull back the hood covering her face. Well, look at that. You're quite pretty without your face hidden. I didn't think... Oh, that's her, my bad.
I didn't think you were the flattering type.
I assure you I'm not. Go on, touch her cheeks. Oh, she's been restored. Now this is the girl you were always meant to be. If Morgana had had a less harrowing life, this is probably what she would have looked like at 16. You know, you look a little like the white-haired girl.
We look nothing alike, I can assure you of that. She was the very antithesis of me.
But she was also once a part of you.
The last thing I want is to be like her in any way.
And why is that?
Because I never liked that girl at all. Always putting others before herself. Just watching her was aggravating. Although, in retrospect, she was everything about myself I deemed unnecessary. So that might explain why it was so hard to watch. Also, I was so sure she was you, which made it all the more frustrating.
Why would her being me bother you so much?
Because that wasn't you. You're aggressive, you yell, you fight.
Is that how she saw me?
How wouldn't it bother me that you came back as a quiet, passive, subservient girl? Of course, now that I know it wasn't you, so...
You were that sure it was me, despite thinking we were nothing alike.
Apparently so.
Hold on a second. Why would that bother you?
I'll let you figure that one out.
Well, I think it's because, to some degree, she must have liked us, right? Either as, just, kind of... Well, I would kind of put it like this, right? How the white-haired girl said she idolized us. I would kind of imagine that's similarly along the lines of what Morgana feels towards us. Or, I mean, yeah, it could be the idolization, it could be the camaraderie and having shared experiences, it could be romantic.
It's not important. So you've got my attention. What are you planning to do now?
To leave the mansion with you. To set everyone free and break the curse. Setting them free will set you free as well.
So you want me to release their souls?
Exactly.
Just so you know, I haven't forgiven them. My hatred isn't going to just vanish like it was nothing. I'll never be able to forgive them completely. But you're right. This has gone on long enough.
Morgana.
I'm not even sure what I'm doing anymore. It's all your fault. So sure, I'll release their souls.
I'm so glad to hear it.
However, I don't want to see them alone. I'm not sure I'll be able to set them free if I have to face them on my own.
That won't be a problem. I'll go with you. We'll see them together.
You get to be my guide this time, then. Get to take up Giselle's old mantle.
That I do.
Even if it means taking this hand.
You honestly think I have any reservations about that?
God, I swear. You really are the worst. Lead the way, my dear. To where their souls wait.
Am I sensing an end? Am I sensing a conclusion to this fucking game? Is that what I'm sensing right now? Also, I'd like to point out, I was making fun of the whole, oh, she's just gonna, let him go thing earlier, and that's exactly what she's doing. What? Damn. That's just me. Hand in hand, we travel the cursed mansion's corridors. The halls overflow with darkness, cut off from the sun and devoid of color. Despite having spent much time in this place, it's never stopped being depressingly gloomy. No one, for any reason, should be left behind in a place like this. Excuse me. We cross through the living room, making our way back to the garden door. There are no children laughing beyond the door, but I can faintly smell flowers.
Michael, what am I supposed to say to them?
If nothing comes to mind, you don't have to say anything. I get the feeling they'll have something to say to you, though. I do kind of forget it, but I mean, he literally just mentioned it, but she is 16 here. So she's still very much a child. Which I don't know, I just kind of the only reason I bring that up is because when Morgana was first introduced to us, like as just the voice in Michael's head, she seemed very like mature, and so now kind of seeing her now where she's being very timid, kind of shy, nervous, a lot more how I would expect a child her age to act. When I guess it's just kind of like almost harrowing. It's a very big contrast to how we were first initially introduced to her. So I like that though. I like that. It's a really nice touch. So if you would try to hear them out.
I'm not looking forward to this.
It'll go fine, I promise. Nothing that happens could possibly make things worse than they already are. The only way to go up from here is up. Oh wait, the only way to go from here is up, so up we go.
Let's go there, I suppose.
Talk about a tsundere. A tsundere. A hollow breeze pushes through the gray-filled rose garden. The shadow standing there turns toward us. It gradually starts looking more and more like the young man it once was.
Morgana.
It's okay. We're here to free your soul.
Michael. You forgive me for what I did, Morgana. No, I don't. All this means is that I'm done cursing you. Either way, thank you. I know what I'm doing here now. Or I guess I remember what I'm doing here. I deserve to be cursed after all I've done to you. It can't have been easy, that's for sure. I'm sorry for all the pain I caused. What's done is done. I guess. Still, I wasn't lying when I said I wanted to be friends. I meant it. I really did. I know now why you did what you did. Why you sold me out. Some people might say they had no other choice, but as the girl you actually sold out, those are words you'll never hear from my lips. Fair enough. Nonetheless, objectively speaking, you too were a victim. Do not resent me for punishing you in spite of that. Huh? I presume you're now able to recall everything, both your first life and the second one I subjected you to when the house was called Rose Manor. Yeah. What happened then was a result of my wish. You have every right to despise me. The way I see it, with or without your curse, Nellie still would have had the same feelings for me. It was my fault for being too dense to realize she thought of me as more than a brother. Things would have turned out that way regardless. The white-haired girl was the spark that set her off, though. And it was because of me that she ended up in that mansion. My wish was to see your life utterly ruined. And in service of that desire, the white-haired girl was born into that era as your half-sister. So I disagree. My curse did play a significant role in your fate. Regardless, I don't feel like it would be right of me to blame you. Things turned out the way they did because I was weak and ran from the problem instead of facing it. Michael wouldn't have had to get hurt either if only I'd had more of a spine. I guess calling her Michelle is kind of confusing with Michael here, huh? How should I refer to her then? Girl Michelle, maybe? Creativity's not your strong suit, is it? She wouldn't happen to be around, would she?
She's departed from this world. Or perhaps it would be better to say she's returned to her rightful place in it. The girl you knew as Michelle is gone forever.
That's too bad. I have a lot to apologize for. Wait, what'd you say? I was hoping I could apologize to her too.
I believe your feelings were quite clear.
Not that she would hold it against you if you didn't apologize. That's simply her nature. Oh. Well, Morgana, I'm so sorry for everything. I'm going to free your soul from the bonds of this cursed mansion, after which it should be returned to its rightful place. Okay. But before that, I've got one last thing I'd like to say. To you, Michael.
To me?
It was a little hazy, but I did kind of get to see what you were up to until just a little bit ago. If you hadn't done what you did for me, for Nellie, for Morgana, for everyone, I'm not sure I would have been able to put up the guts to apologize. I'm pretty sure I would have still been convinced I wasn't at fault. It may not have been real, but your effort wasn't in vain. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. Farewell, Mal. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Goodbye, Morgana. You don't have to tell me that he wasn't a bad person. But bad people aren't the only ones who do bad things.
That's true, yes. But having a conscience can be a double-edged sword. The regret's so overwhelming you don't want to believe you don't want to believe you could do something so awful that some outside force must be to blame. So I hope you're willing to accept at least part of his apology.
Lead the way, my dear, to where the next soul waits.
Down to the basement. The staircase leading to the cellar is quiet, the air still. No sounds of flesh being devoured, no stench of blood. Just darkness reaching ever downward.
Wait, I kind of want to bring up something that happened when we were going through the story of the Beast. Because, keep in mind, at the very end of the Beast story, or no, at the end of Jacopo's story, excuse me, Maria had gone down to the cellar at some point, and there was this whole scene where she she saw on the cellar floor there was some kind of writing, and she was like, "Oh, this looks like my handwriting, but I never wrote this," and then it was just never brought up again. And I've kind of held on to that for the entirety since it was first put there because it felt pretty important. We have not had a tie back to that yet. So, that's interesting. I might have to look that up, and maybe somebody's figured out what that's about. Or hey, if you guys watching now know what that's about, leave it in the comments so I can clear that up, because I don't know, maybe I'm just going schizo or something. Anyways, I'm going to have to ask you to go in first this time.
I don't mind, but why?
I'd rather not be skewered.
It'll be fine, I'm sure. I doubt he'll attack.
I can't say I'm anywhere near as confident as you. So you get to be my meat shield should anything go wrong.
Ah, so that's what I am to her.
We may not have bodies, but we are still capable of feeling pain.
You don't have to remind me.
I have to say, I'm actually pretty surprised you made it to the top of the tower.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Half and half. Regardless, don't assume you're safe just because you're already dead. If he were to attack and destroy your soul, you would be erased for all eternity. There would be no coming back in any shape or form after any amount of time. Just something to keep in mind.
I'm not worried. We shouldn't have any trouble talking to him.
If you say so. Then off we go.
I push open the cellar door. Behind it, a shadow of a man sits on the floor, leaning against a stack of boxes. He slowly rises to his feet upon hearing us enter, and as he does, the blackness dissolves away, revealing the man. I almost didn't recognize you. Your face, it's not how I remember.
It's back to normal.
I see. So you weren't a witch. You were a pretty human girl. You look a little like the blind girl.
No, I do not. Not one bit. If anything, he looks far more like her than I. White hair, red eyes, they even have almost the same name.
I think comparing her to a large, dour-looking man is a bit disrespectful.
Don't pretend like you don't.
Oh fuck, that's me. God damn it! Don't pretend you look any more approachable.
He's not even half the man you think he is.
Was that really necessary, Morgana? He is a man. He's indisputably a man, no matter what reason you have to claim otherwise. Actually, can angels be male or female? Can you please cut it out with the angel thing already? So, what brings you two down here?
We're here to free your soul.
You're forgiving me?
Absolutely not. However, I've decided there's no point in punishing you any further.
I see.
You are, in no uncertain terms, one of the most evil men I've ever encountered.
I can hardly argue with that.
Should you so desire, I can eradicate you.
Morgana, what are...
Let me finish, Michael. Instead of letting your soul return, I can erase it. Your existence is a scar on the world. The allure of killing is too strong for you to resist. Even without my curse, you would bring pain and misfortune on others.
You're right, and that would probably be for the best. The world will be better off without me. And I know that. I do. But I don't want to disappear.
As you wish. Then I will release your soul.
Before I go, allow me to burn this into my soul. You must resist temptation if you are to blend in. So in my next life, I won't be a killer.
I suppose it's worth trying. Do your best.
I will. Farewell,
Farewell, Yukimasa. Until your souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate.
Farewell, Morgana.
He's not the only one who derived pleasure from others' pain.
Morgana.
It's strange. Setting them free, I feel both like a weight's been lifted, and like I'm the greatest villain of them all.
Perhaps, by forgiving them, you can come to forgive yourself.
But if I forgive them, what does that make everything I've done up till now?
The first step toward moving on.
Could you forgive those who wronged you then? The woman who tormented you, your brother who made a mockery of you, your eldest brother who took your life, your mother so unwilling to accept you she burned you at the stake, the villagers who falsely accused you of being a witch, your father who raped the woman you love. Could you forgive them?
If they were willing to repent.
And if they weren't? What if they showed up intent on causing you more pain?
Then
I suppose I'm not acting much better than any of them right now. Let's go. We have one more soul to free.
I completely forgot that fucking Michael's father raped Giselle. And then she went through all that shit at the village too. Jesus Christ. You know, I mentioned I mentioned having a tier list of like erotic scenes in the visual novels we played last video. What was it fucking If My Heart Had Wings, that last video. I feel like we should have a tier list for the most traumatic, fucked up backstory in the house in Fata Morgana. Like, I feel like that would be a pretty good one.
There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Is Giselle really there with you? Because I can't sense her at all. If she were in the mansion, I would know. But I can't feel her presence anywhere. Be honest with me. You can't feel her either, can you? Are you sure her soul hasn't extinguished?
She's here. I'm certain of it. Lost somewhere deep in the mansion's darkness. Once we've purged that darkness, she should be free to return. I have faith in her.
I see. Well, I'm not sure how much this means coming from me. But I hope you see her again.
I will. And thank you.
I'm actually rather fond of her, Giselle. Although I suppose it's hard not to get a little attached to someone you spent several hundred years with.
Just attached. Giselle, she's fairly fond of you herself.
I can only hope.
I am praying that we don't have to go on some kind of fucking whole separate plot crusade in order to free Giselle. I really hope we don't have to do that. The smell of cigarette smoke seeps through the cracks in the den door. It's perfectly quiet behind it, however. No chatter or clacking of billiard balls. Morgana appears slightly reluctant to step through the door. Or perhaps she's tense. Shall we? Her hand in mine, I push open the door. A shadow is perched on the edge of a dark green rectangular table. He freezes for a moment when he hears us enter, quickly finding his composure and marching towards us, determination in his step. The shadows dissolve, revealing the man. Morgana.
Your face, it healed.
It did. It's been a long time coming. And would you look at that? Not a letdown.
Was it him that healed you? Yes, it was him.
Well, I'll be. I was always hoping I'd be the one to have the honor.
You lost that qualification when you...
Yeah, I know. I'm the one who made you into the witch. The one who killed you. I don't expect or deserve your forgiveness. I'd still like a chance to make amends in any way you wish. Even if it means being cursed for all eternity.
I'm here to release your soul. Once that's done, that's it for me. No curses, no forgiveness, nothing.
Huh. So you're cutting ties completely. Damn.
Truthfully, I had no idea how you felt about me. But that ship sailed long ago.
Far, far too long ago. I know.
Nothing can change how I feel about you. Not anymore.
I bet.
I'm going to release your soul now.
Could you hold off on that for a moment? I don't expect you to reciprocate or even accept. But if I don't put my feelings into words, I'll never get them through to you. I think that's how she put it anyway. So I ask for this one last chance to put them into words. Morgana.
Fine.
The girl with the white hair. My wife. Michelle. What of her? Oh.
Michelle. Whatever.
Something about that name always felt off to me. I can never shake the feeling that calling her that was somehow wrong. When I first saw her smile, I was dead certain that she was what had always been missing from my life, that I'd finally found what I'd been searching for.
And now, I know why. Because I felt you in her. The memories of you ingrained on my soul. You should know better than anyone that we're nothing alike. That girl wouldn't say anything remotely impolite even if you held a knife to her throat. You're right. You're nothing alike. But you've poked off this aura about you that drew me in. Your soul's aura. I loved you dearly, Morgana. I've got no right to ask anything of you, I know. But could you maybe smile for me? Just once is all I ask.
She really doesn't want to.
I can't do it. I should. I know I should. That it would let us end things on a nice note. But I can't force myself to smile. It wouldn't be fair. Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for putting you in that position. I've said my piece. I'm ready now. Okay. Very well then. Farewell, Jacopo. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Goodbye, Morgana. You couldn't have done anything more for him. Such as? I won't deny that my feelings about him are complicated, but the things he did to me, they eclipse all of that. Merely learning the truth, hearing how he felt, is nowhere near enough to erase that. Couldn't you at least put a little hope in your next lives? That maybe you two could try again? No, I can't. I don't want to encounter him again. Ever. Then, if nothing else, could you try not to forget that he did save you once? I suppose. Though my salvation, Michael, was not ultimately at his hands. I was watching to the very end. It may have been an illusion constructed from the memories of everyone's souls. But that didn't make your actions any less real. The things you said to me, your earnest desperation. Learning the truth is only partly why I decided to release their souls. The biggest reason, however, was seeing how far you went for me.
Yeah, you mean having my fucking fingers mangled and my arm nearly chopped off? Thank you for the recognition, Morgana.
If you hadn't been there for my death, if you hadn't done what you did, then I would not have freed them. Nonetheless, is it unfair of me to wish you'd show him that smile instead? Morgana. Well, that's the last of them. Shall we be off now? The front door should be open, now that I'm not willing it closed any longer. Shall we take our leave of this house?
Okay, well, obviously we're gonna save. There's one more stop to make.
There's still one more soul that needs releasing. Be my guide.
It's probably gonna be Giselle? Or somebody completely different?
Still holding Morgana's hand, I make my way to the wall, where the landscape painting hangs.
Ah, yeah, the dude in the painting. Or was it the guy in the mirror? Excuse me.
Oh yeah, we never did know who this was, did we? You told me to come back if I ever figured out your name. Georges.
Ah, it's her brother. I gave him such a different voice. I was like, hey, Michael.
Hello. How'd you figure it out it was me?
Of course I'd recognize my own brother. Well, granted, I didn't recognize you at first. So did he tell your big bro winds up as a painting, huh? It came as quite a surprise when I finally made the connection. I'll bet you did.
Hold on a minute. You two are brothers.
I assumed you knew.
Oh, hello there. Quite the companion you've got there, Michael. So what brings you two to my little corner of the house? I've decided I'm going to extinguish the mansion.
Oh, really? Well, isn't that something? You act like I just told you what I'm having for supper. This place is going to disappear forever.
Oh yeah, sure, but what brought about this? I've lost interest in cursing them.
Ah, now that's some good news. You seem to get along surprisingly well with her.
Time out the hoo-ha, nobody else to talk to will do that to ya. Not that she ever gave me the time of day much.
You expect me to stand here and listen to you yammer on for hours? Oh.
You expect me to stand here and listen to you yammer on for hours on end? The only thing you're good for is tossing rubbish into.
Damn. Wait, so she was the one who put the master bedroom key in the painting?
That she was. Just tossed it right on in here without even asking.
Why would you get rid of the key to my room?
I had no use for it. And being in that room always made me uncomfortable. It has this terrible warmth to it. I couldn't stand it.
Ah.
Sure glad she only tossed the key, though. Would have been bad if she throwed me out with it. I didn't see the need. I did find it curious there was a soul here I hadn't summoned, but you were ultimately harmless. So I simply pretended you weren't there.
So she ignored him for hundreds of years.
I understand now what you meant, Michael, when you said this world didn't belong only to me. Your brother was able to find his way here because it's a place deeply bound to your soul. I'm no expert on none of this spiritual stuff. All I know is one day I was just here. Here and full of regret. So if I had to guess, I'd say I probably ended up here because I wanted to be somewhere I could feel you, Michael.
Georges.
Would you be so kind as to let me apologize?
I know quite well how sorry you are. And you've already apologized once besides. I went years not seeing you, not hearing from you, not having any idea what you thought about me. So when I got that painting, it was a huge blow to me emotionally. But talking to you again has reminded me what kind of person you really are, Georges. You didn't mean to hurt me.
Nope. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. Mom said paint it, so I painted it. And when she told me to send it off to you, I didn't really think anything of it. It never even crossed my mind to think how you felt out there all alone. The kind of pain you were going through just because of the way you were born. When you're not the one on the receiving end, it's easy to be completely blind to your own actions. It never even occurred to me that we'd essentially exiled you, Michael. Not until it was all over. Really, all I can say is sorry you got stuck with such a dope for a brother. All I had to do was think about it for 2 seconds and I would have realized what we were doing. And, at the time I thought, what's it matter if you're a guy or a girl? You're still you. But I was wrong. It's not that simple. I can only imagine someone coming up to me one day and saying, "Nah, you're actually a girl," and everyone I care about suddenly not wanting anything to do with me. What a drag that'd be. I'm really sorry, bro.
It's okay, Georges. I forgive you.
Thanks.
I wanted so badly to see you and Didier again, Georges. And while I didn't get that chance in life, I'm still glad to have the opportunity to talk to you now, to hear the things you never got to say. It pains me to see you reduced to this form, but knowing that it's a result of overwhelming regret, that you were just that desperate to find me again, it warms my heart.
Murph, what on earth was that? He tried my damnedest not to burst into tears. I don't think it worked very well, though. the canvas look wet. Could you feel it for me?
I think I'll pass.
Not feeling up for any brotherly love.
Honestly, I'm relieved to see you're still the same Georges I always knew.
Changing ain't really my thing after all.
I suppose it isn't.
This doesn't sit right with me.
What? Why not?
You're letting him off the hook far too easily, Michael. I know very well just how much pain that painting caused you. It might as well have been what resurrected me.
I've moved past that, though.
Make him pay for what he did. Scribble on him.
Do what?
Scrawl your anger all over that ridiculous painting.
But I'm not angry.
Now that's a damned fine idea if I ever heard one. You most definitely need to make me pay, Michael.
Georges.
Go on, hit me with everything you got. Scribble away.
Even if I wanted to, I have nothing to draw with.
Just use your finger and I'll chase it out for you. Come on, what are you waiting for?
He really wants me to draw on him, doesn't he?
He more than deserves it, Michael. Bring it on, Michael.
This conversation got bizarre fast. Okay. I'll draw on you.
Oh my. Now that is downright ghastly. What? You might actually have potential, Michael. Voodoo-dolls are the last thing I expected from you. 4 of them at that! And a demonic being alongside them. Oh, I can just feel your burning rancor, Michael!
That's not what I drew at all.
What? Then what is it?
It's not important.
I'm guessing it's,
a dog, huh?
I have no idea what this is. Hold up! I mean, I would assume, like, it's his family, right? But then the dog, or cat, if that's what it is. No idea. Now that that's finished,
I think it's time we all took our leave.
Who could it be? Or maybe... Oh, no. Damn, I have no fucking clue. If this is just some random thing. Oh, can I come too? Well, I might need a little help with that, Michael. As you can see, walking ain't one of my talents.
That's alright. I'll carry you.
Careful taking me off my hook. By all means, feel free to drop him, Michael. I must say, that is a rather amusing sight. It's definitely not every day you get to see a full-grown man-turned painting being hauled down a spooky hallway by his little bro.
Georges.
It does make me wonder, though. Are you two really brothers? I have a hard time believing he shaved even a single drop of blood with this obnoxious lout, Michael.
We are brothers, right, Georges?
Whoa, don't go start questioning it too, Michael. We're absolutely, positively, 100% brothers.
She has a good point, though. We don't even look that much alike.
Nope, no shocking family plot twist here. I've known you since you were a baby, Michael.
Maybe you were secretly illegitimate, Georges, not me.
You're not going to let go of this, are you?
I'm just playing with you.
Oh my god, you just laughed.
Yes?
What? I didn't get to see it! What was it like? Give me all the details.
An ordinary laugh.
Is the world ending?
It's not that big a deal. I laugh just like everyone else.
No, you most certainly do not.
Even Morgana is taken aback at the fact that we just laughed. A Morgana of all people.
Nope, you definitely don't. Well, so much of my tearful reunion with my brother as I always knew and loved. Anyway, since we're breaking character here, how about one from your favorite witch too? And no cackling, that doesn't count. Excuse me, why would you want me to? Because every time I've seen you smile, it's never been about anything good. Plus, now that your face is back, you're actually quite the looker. Go on, give me a big old grin. Not happening. Come on. Okay, fine. If you don't want to do it for me, pretend it's for Michael. What would I have to do with anything? You can do it for good old Michael, can't ya? Show him those pearly whites, girlie. Oh, if you insist, I suppose I can smile for Michael, but only for him. Excuse me, was that supposed to be my voice? Because I do not sound anything like that. Look at you, all puffing your cheeks and red in the face. Georges, try not to tease her too much. Oh, I don't know how anyone can stand you. It's like every word that comes out of your mouth exists solely to ruin the mood. You know, maybe it wouldn't hurt to lighten up a bit. This is the end of a long journey, but that doesn't mean we have to make it a somber and uptight affair. I'm genuinely not sure how I feel about you, the most somberly uptight man I know, telling me to lighten up. She's got a point, but I'm not that bad, am I? Anyway, shall we be off now? That we shall. The witch and her band of merry men departs. I'm not sure if one person and a talking painting constitutes a band. Gisela, I know we'll find each other again. I have faith we will. We'll cast away this mansion's darkness, and then I'll await your return, no matter how long it takes. Yes, I think it's time we took our leave. Here it is. Having finished what we set out to do, and retrieved Georges as well, we make our way to the mansion's entrance hall. The large door stands there firmly shut, holding in the darkness as it has for countless generations, but that time is almost at an end. The door ready to be opened, to end the cycle and begin anew. Being a painter for all these years, I never realized just how big a place this was. All I ever got to see was a hallway and maybe a couple of doors. I mean, talk about dull, you know? Feels like I'm on an adventure, exploring a whole new world. A very, very dark world. Michael, would you mind shutting him up? If only it were that simple. Can you blame me for being talkative? It was a lonely life. That would be fine if you had any concept of the appropriate time and place to be chatty. Are you aware of what we are right now? The entrance by the look of things. Precisely! The end to a centuries-long act of vengeance is but a few feet beyond that door. And you're chatting away like it's any other day at the court. Try to maintain at least a semblance of gravity, would you? I'm starting to notice you're rather ceremonious, aren't you, Morgana? This is a day to be celebrated, not to be all stiff and no fun allowed. Are you not at all worried? There's no guarantee any hope lies beyond that door. After all, when the mansion disappears, so too will we. And that is the rightful state of things. Our present forms may cease to exist, but our souls will live on. And so long as they do, we will eventually return to the world. Excuse me. Let us press onward, not fearing a temporary end. Well said, Michael. If I had feet, you'd have just swept me right off them. Georges, I'm beginning to wonder what would happen if I threw you at the wall. No, let's not do anything hasty. Oh, for God's sake. You're the guide. So, let's go then, shall we? Morgana's right. There's a severe lack of gravity to the affair, but thanks to Georges' lackadaisical nature, whatever fear I had is gone as well. His ever-playful interactions bring me back to when I was alive, to when it was me and my two brothers. Fond memories of the time we had together, of the admiration I had for them, of me chasing after them. Nothing could possibly replace those days, and I'm glad I had a chance to reflect on them, if briefly, before the end. I take a few steps forward, stopping just in front of the door, and Morgana steps up beside me. I envision the light that lies beyond it, radiant and white, waiting to rip through the darkness, the light we seek, that we've long sought. I take in a deep breath, look up at the door, place my hand on its hard surface, and push it open, welcoming the future it holds.
Please don't be some twist. Please don't be some twist. Please don't be some twist. Oh. Burn the witch.
What?
Crucify the impure. We take one step back, then another. What we find outside is not a blinding realm of light, but churning blackness in the stench of blood and rust. Metal clanks, growing louder with each heavy footstep of the approaching night. Didier. Oh my God. Death to the unholy. 3 days and 3 nights hanged upon the cross, purified by the fires of heaven. Death.
What's going on? I never summoned this thing.
Even though we're no longer holding hands, I can feel Morgana trembling. She's no longer the witch, the once absolute ruler of this domain, but a frightened young girl. Placing my arms around her shoulders and pulling her in, I stare, half dumbfounded at the knight. It is our holy duty as knights of the church to deliver punishment unto the heathen who made a pact with the devil. The knight draws nearer and nearer, its movements sluggish but constant. Didier.
Wait, for real?
Crucify the witch. Cast judgment upon the demon. The word witch coming from the delirious, vengeful phantom's mouth proves far more distressful for Morgana than me.
Whoa, hold on! What's Dee doing here?
Please, come to your senses, Didier.
I know it's you!
Judgment, crucifixion, execution.
No, I'm not a witch.
The knight is partially occluded by the dark, writhing miasma enveloping him. But he bears the same muscular build as the Didier I knew in life, and he's unwaveringly determined to see us executed. Didier, this is not how I hoped our reunion would go, Didier. Why, after so very long, is this how the 3 of us find each other again? Images flash through my mind. The day I left the Bollinger estate, when Didier promised me we would one day meet again. Them each giving me a huge hug before I climbed in the carriage. First Didier, then Georges. Is this my fault? Is he here because I wish to be reunited with my brothers? Is this the way fate chose to grant that wish? Burn the witch.
Look at that. Guess I'm not your only blockhead brother, huh?
Georges.
Before you get any bright ideas, Michael, it's not your fault our long-awaited family reunion didn't quite go as planned. Just like me, Dee cursed himself. Only it seems his was a whole lot more powerful. God, I really didn't pay a lick of attention to either of you, did I?
The unclean witch must be purified from this world. It is my duty.
Hey, Dee, are you in there? I shoved a whole lot of crap onto your plate. Keeping up the family name, taking care of Mom, just about everything I could to leave you, I did.
I must uphold the honor of our family name.
And then, when it was all over, I blamed you for killing our little brother. I was convinced that you could do anything, that you were stronger than anyone.
Crucify the witch.
I'm sorry, Dee.
Burn the witch. He continues his plodding march forward, seemingly unaffected. It's impossible to tell if Georges' words are getting through to him. Stop, Didier. Please. And my words don't seem to either. Didier! He's closing in on us, and we're running out of space to retreat.
Alright, Dee. If that's how it's gotta be. Excuse me. But just this once, okay?
The knight takes another heavy, merciless step towards us. The exit's right there, but we're backed up against the wall. The end was almost within our grasp, yet it seems so hopelessly far away now. Please, Didier, don't do this. I know you don't actually want to hurt anyone. Didier! The knight raises his sword, thrusting it forward with a sharp whoosh. Death! But then, breaking free from my grasp, the painting leaps into the air.
I'm really sorry. You got stuck with a pair of dolts for brothers. Georges! The next second, my eldest brother's blade pierces Georges. Georges! Georges! His form wavers momentarily, before fading into the darkness, his voice lingering behind. Don't worry about me, Michael. I got my share of redemption already. I know we can be a bit of a pain, but truth to do what you did for me, would ya? Now go on. Call out to him. Suck in a big old breath, and call out for your brother with everything you've got. Georges!
It is my duty to punish the impure. Grah! To uphold the Bollinger name.
Didier! Despite having already stabbed Georges, the knight continues his march, blade pointed straight at me. I clench my teeth and glare at my oldest brother. Running is out of the question. This doesn't have to go on any longer. It is my duty as the eldest son. You deserve to be freed from your bonds as well. Be gone from this world! Didier! I shout his name with every ounce of air in my lungs. His eyes go wide and his blade swerves off course, missing my heart. And piercing my gut instead. Didier, it's okay. You can let go now. It's not your responsibility anymore. You have no duty to anything anymore. Didier! I reach a hand out for my brother. Blood spills from the hole in my abdomen in rhythmic spurts, and I can feel something hot rising in my throat. But that doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop my hand crawling through the air toward him. He's my brother. I have to do whatever I can for him. Free him. Bring him back. Didier, there's nothing here in need of your judgment. With shaking fingers, I clasp my brother's arm. I squeeze, holding on with what vigor remains, and give another shout. Look me in the eyes, Didier, please. Hear my voice. Hear your brother's voice. I can't stand to lose anyone else. If you don't come to your senses, then Georges' sacrifice will have been in vain. It's time for you to break free, for all three of us to be free of the curse we placed on ourselves. Didier, please. I hear a sound that's somewhere between a grunt and a gasp. My vision's gone blurry, so hard that I blink hard several times. So I blink hard several times, clearing my eyes to get a better look at him. Didier. I see his face, twisted in anguish. Michael. Didier. Oh, thank goodness. You heard my voice. Did I do this to you, Michael? It's nothing. I've made the same terrible mistake once more. Didier, I caused you harm. Attempted to take your life. It's all right, Didier. Michael, release yourself from the chains that bind you. But those aren't your duties anymore. You don't have to protect the family name or uphold the order's standards. You can do as you wish. Punish me for my wrongdoing. Please, Michael, punish me. Didier, cast judgment upon me. It's all in the past. Judgment is not necessary for anyone. That doesn't change what I did. I killed you. I hanged you from a cross. I must be made to pay for my sins. Punish me, Michael. I implore you. Didier, I think I know now why you never removed your helm that day. Why you remained silent for the whole ordeal. Michael, you were crying, weren't you? Weeping for me. Your tears are atonement enough for me. Michael, you bore a great deal of responsibility in life,
As the Bollinger's firstborn, you were obligated to protect the family's honor, and as a knight of the church, you were tasked with the duty of my execution. You had no other choice. I sincerely believe there was nothing else you could have done. I bear no grudge against you, no resentment for the decisions you were forced to make, and I certainly don't curse you. Let's just forget it all. It's long over and done. Still, it was a mistake I never should have made. I took the life of the purest soul I know. There's no honor in that. Didier, I put protecting the family name above protecting my actual family. You trusted me. You believed in me to the very end, and I killed you. I knew what I was doing. I knew you weren't cursed. I knew you weren't a witch. I knew you weren't a demon child. You were never unclean. You're my brother. Your family. And I robbed you of life. There's no one in this world more unfit to be a knight than me. You don't have to be a knight anymore. You don't have to be the Bollinger's firstborn son. Deciding not to wear those labels won't make you any less the brother I always loved. I'm honored to have been born into the same family as you. Michael, there's something I never had the chance to tell you, Didier. All my life I looked up to you, admired you, and I still do even now. If there's a next life awaiting us, I hope we can be brothers again, Didier. Would you mind if I wished for that? No, of course not. Please do. And I hope you'll allow me to wish for the same. I love you, Michael. My dear little brother. Upon those words, Didier's phantom begins fading away. A white mist that almost looks like it's made of undulating particles of light rising up around him. And before he's completely enveloped, I catch a glimpse of the tears streaking his cheeks. It's the first time I've ever seen him crying. I attempt to give him a smile in return, but if I were to guess, I'd say it probably looks rather forced. The fact that I'm fighting back tears at the same time certainly isn't doing anything to make it convincing. Before he's completely faded away, I wrap my arms around my brother's shoulders, much like he did for me on the day of my exile. Not as an eternal farewell, but as a promise that we'll meet again. Didier, Georges. Right now, on this moment, I have no regrets about having been born a Bollinger. All I have is great pride. So I pray that one day, be it 10 or 1,000 years from now, the three of us can be reunited. I've got a number of things going through my mind right now. Morgana. I'm just not sure how to put any of it into words. Don't worry. Those words say everything. You can cry if you want. I won't mock you, I promise. No, I won't cry. I'll save my tears for our reunion. Oh. That painting, it didn't have to get itself destroyed. He'll be fine, I'm sure. I have faith. And as you know quite well, wishes do come true. Would you mind giving me a hand, Morgana? I'm gonna need a little help getting back up. After a moment's pause, she hesitantly extends her fleshless hand. I clasp the bones and with her aid, pull myself to my feet. Blood spurts from my gut as I do so. There's not much in the way of pain, strangely, only creeping exhaustion. I feel like my legs will give out if I so much as give them the chance. Leaning on Morgana, we make our way back to the entrance. You're not going to disappear, are you? Don't worry, Morgana. I won't disappear.
Alright.
Let's open the door together. Bring light into this world of darkness. Move forward. Start anew, brighter.
Let's.
I take in a deep breath. Look up at the door. My eyes on the future. It's time to open the door. Not to an ending, but the door to a new beginning. May the world that awaits us be filled with light. Immersed in near blinding light, we press onward. It's white in all directions, not the tiniest speck of color to contaminate it. In fact, the concept of direction does not seem to exist in this world. Only pure, never-ending white. Actually, no. That's not right now that I consider it. I was thinking of white as an absence of color, but white, the color, fills this plane.
It's all disappearing. We made the right choice, didn't we?
Yes. This is how it was meant to be.
You're a rather impressive man, I hope you realize. Not only did you free 3 trapped souls, you also saved your brother. I didn't do any of that alone. Without help, I doubt I would have made it this far. I would have shattered yet again until nothing was left. And Giselle gave you that strength.
She did.
So what? You're going to wait here for her?
I am.
In that condition?
I won't let myself disappear before she makes it back.
Do you remember the warning I gave you in the mansion? About how if a soul is damaged and destroyed, it's wholly and utterly erased from existence. Never to return in any shape or form. If you lose much more blood, that's what will happen to you. You'll be erased forever.
Don't worry. I won't let that happen.
You pushed yourself too hard, Michael. I feel like you're hurt in some way almost every time I see you. Though I suppose about half of that would be my doing.
You may have caused me some pain, but I also wouldn't be here without you.
What?
I mean it.
If you say so.
Besides, I've practically only ever seen you hurt too.
I suppose so.
Whatever form your soul may assume in your next life, I'll be praying there's far less pain in it for you.
This is why I'll never get along with you. Always concerned about others. Can I ask something? If you were to be born again, would you want it to be in a fully male body?
That's what I've always wanted, so yes, I would.
In your next life, if you have one, do you want to see Giselle again?
Absolutely, I do.
And what if you could only have one or the other? Which would you choose?
Do you even need to ask?
No, I suppose not. You know, I'm neither a witch nor a saint, just an ordinary, powerless soul now. So my wishes aren't likely to cause any more miracles. But I think I'll wish for something anyway.
For what?
Not telling.
There's that smile.
Well, I'll be off then.
All right.
I didn't think it would be so difficult to come up with parting words.
You can say whatever you like. The first thing that comes to mind is fine.
Okay, then I'll say to you the same thing I said to them. Farewell, Michael, until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate.
Farewell, indeed.
If, however, if by some
infinitesimally low chance, Jesus, Morgana,
we do happen to meet again, would you be my friend?
Morgana, absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I'm not a nice person, you know. I'm nothing like the white-haired girl. I'm sure to be off-putting and rude, to cause you much grief and pain.
Don't worry. I'm resilient enough to handle a little pain without pulling away. You're fine as you are. You don't need a change. So let's meet up in our next lives and become good friends.
Not good friends, and not acquaintances either. Just plain friends, understood?
Understood.
I'm rather looking forward to it. Now, this is goodbye for real, so I suppose I'll part in some uncharacteristic honesty. I'm glad to have had you in my life, Michael, and thank you for everything.
Morgana,
farewell.
Until our souls cross paths once more. So quiet. So unbelievably desolate.
Giselle,
you endured centuries waiting for me to return. I'll wait right here for as long as I must. I can feel the mansion, that gathering place for the departed, fading away. I did it, Giselle. I broke the curse. I cast off the darkness. I saved Morgana, and all the other souls trapped there. I couldn't have done it without you. I miss you, Giselle. All I want is to see your face, to hear your voice, feel your warmth, tell you how much I love your smile. Where are you, Giselle? I know I said I wouldn't let myself disappear until you came back, and I'm wishing with all my might for my body to hold out, but it doesn't seem to be working very well. I'm coming to realize as I grow weaker, that the will of one man is nothing in the face of the will of the universe. Where are you, Giselle? I can't see you anywhere. I can see right through my hands, Giselle. My lower body is already gone, and the rest of it is following. I hope you'll still be able to find me, even without a body. We're fading. McQueen's fading fast. I've lost my voice now, Giselle. I don't have much left to lose. I'm dissolving into the light. Say my name, Giselle. I want to hear you say my name. I'm here, waiting for you. Where are you, Giselle? Am I making it through to you even a little? I need you. I can't allow myself to disappear until you've returned. We are really just cycling through all the fucking backgrounds, aren't we? Give me a little toe. Give me a little toe. Giselle. What is happening? What is happening? Michael. We cooked, boys. We cooked!
Finally, I found you. I'm sorry it took so long. Don't worry, Michael. I know that's you. I'll always be able to recognize you no matter what. You don't have to be afraid. I wouldn't have made it out if it weren't for you, Michael. A ray of light reached up deep into the darkness, all the way downward to where I was lost. It was a light more radiant than anything I'd ever seen. So much so I couldn't hold back my tears. You fought so very hard. You broke the mansion's curse, released it from the darkness. I was right about you. You are strong, immeasurably so. Can you hear me there, Michael? I'm sorry for keeping you waiting for so long, for letting you deteriorate like this. But thank you. Thank you for waiting. Now it's time for us to return back to our rightful places. So please, Michael, don't disappear on me. Don't let your soul's flame be extinguished. I beg you, keep holding on. There's still so much I need to tell you. I want to hear your voice. I want to feel your arms around me once more. I don't care when, as long as I can have that someday. So that means I need you to not disappear on me. Michael. Michael. I believe in you, Michael. I believe you're still there, that you're still holding on. So I ask that one day, you'll come and take my hand again.
Dang, do we not get a reunion between them? Oh my god, we don't even get a reunion. That's fucked. That's fucked. The house in Fata Morgana. Michael Bollinger, age of death, 27. Giselle, age of death, 21. Morgana, age of death, 16. Jeez, man. Oh, Jacopo Berzatti, age of death, 26 and 67. Yukimasa Ida, the swordsman, age of death, 25. Well, we finally got a confirmed name for him. Mel Rhodes, age of death, 17 and 24. Maria Campanella, age of death, 24. Pauline Asama, age of death, 22. Nellie Rhodes, age of death, 14 and 18. I forget how they died in their, like, initial lives. Didier Bollinger, age of death, 37. Georges Bollinger, age of death, 42. They all died really fucking young. The person who's lived the longest so far is Jacopo. Alright, are we getting anything else? A school, a classroom, okay. Hello, anybody in there? Class is about to start, and last I checked, the teacher never came in through the window. Oh, right, just a second. You've been doing that a lot lately, just staring out the window. You watching for something or just spacing out? There's this girl who's usually out there this time every day. Right over there. See her? Ah, that one? Looks like she goes to the junior high a few streets down. That's what I thought. But look at her hair. That flaxen color. It's almost the exact same color as mine. I can't get her out of my mind. Oh, really? If you're that interested, why not just go have a chat sometime? I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Obviously, you gotta go with the good old classic, hey baby, wanna go get some ice cream and hang out? That sounds like a great way to get slapped. I'm not trying to pick her up. You're lying to yourself, man. No, I don't know, like, I'm curious, that's all. And I'm curious what makes your head work, because it sure ain't what everyone else runs on. Now get moving, it's almost time for class. Wait, I'm coming. I wonder what her name is. Hey, did you hear about the new ice cream shop that just opened up down by the bus stop? I did. And I hear the mint is super good too. Oh, now I want to try it. What do you say we go check it out? Let's go. Get some of that mint with a big pile of chocolate chips on top. Ooh, I know. I'll get a double scoop. Oh, that sounds so amazing. I'm gonna get a double too. I bet the line's gonna be crazy. We better get going or... What is it? There's a cute boy who goes to that school over there, and I think we just locked eyes for a second. Oh, what's he look like? A prince? A prince? Seriously? Don't you go making fun of princes now. You're not 9, you're 14. You still haven't grown out of that fairy tale phase? Like, oh my god. Just you wait. One of these days I'll meet a real prince, and then you won't be laughing anymore. Like you'd ever get to meet a real prince's attention. Hey, that's not very nice. Jerk, blockhead meanie. Come on, let's get going. Oh, fine. I'll show you one day. That is my prince. Ah, so it looks like the flaxen-haired siblings were born separately so that their love can blossom. We couldn't be luckier to have a talented engineer like yourself on our branch. You give me too much credit, sir. You don't give yourself enough credit. I've seen your record, and you come highly recommended from HQ. I've got high hopes for you. The higher your hopes, the greater the fallout when I make a mistake, which frightens me. What you call a mistake is what we generally refer to as a great accomplishment. I don't think I've ever met anyone as close to the perfect human being as you. I am far, far from perfect. You Japanese really are a humble lot, aren't you? What is it? I just thought I saw a woman I recognized. Well, we get a lot of tourists from your parts of the world around here. She's not Japanese. No, I must be imagining it. This is my first time in France, after all. We're in Francois. Well, I'm not going to be giving them French accents. The art museum!
Shopping! How can you take a vacation to France and not want to see the art? We were here all day yesterday, and you agreed that before we left that today would be a shopping day. That was before I realized just how big it was, just how many beautiful paintings they had on display. There's no way one day will be enough to see it all. One whole day of my vacation bored out of my skull. Not like you can eat the stuff, so what good is it anyway? Please. How about this? We go to a different museum, just no art this time. Oh, what kind of museum, if you don't want to look at art? A torture museum. I think I hate you. Lighten up. You telling me you don't want to see the centuries of torture devices from all around the world? Absolutely not. Then we stick to the plan and go shopping. Oh, have it your way. But you didn't have to be so... Watch out, behind you! Why? God damn, that hurt. Oh, I'm sorry. Learn to watch where you're walking, why don't you? And if you're so desperate to make a damn ruckus, go to find a cafe somewhere out of the way. Well, excuse me. I apologized, didn't I? Don't you be such a dickwad. Have you ever heard of talking, or is yelling the only thing you're capable of? This is why I can't stand tourists. Have some damn consideration for the people who aren't just here to fool around. For the love of God. The hell's got your panties in a... And it's gone. That sure was something. Something's right. An insufferable asshole more like. Burn in hell, motherfucker. That said, I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Nah, it's just your imagination. You there, the paper. Good Lord, the stock market's a damn mess. What a nightmare. The tourists don't know how to shut up. The French are a bunch of stuck-up snobs. The pizza's awful. Nobody knows how to make spaghetti. Maybe I should just pack up my bags and forget it all. What the hell is this? An article about the human voice? Scientists are studying the effect certain frequencies in the human voice have on the brain. Keeping this mumbo jumbo out of the paper, my God. Save it for some paranormal or science magazine. Back to the stocks pages. Damn it, the wind got my hat. What is wrong with today? I believe this is yours. Yeah. Thank you. The pleasure's mine. Have a nice... hold on a second. Yes? First off, before I say anything, I'm not trying to hit on you. Don't get the wrong idea. Now, have we met somewhere before? We have, yes. When and where? A long, long time ago. Much too long for you to remember. Excuse me? Our paths crossed in a mansion many, many years ago. I'm glad to see that you haven't changed a bit. I'm not particularly in the mood for jokes and supernatural nonsense today. I'm quite serious. One more question. Do we have any shared acquaintances? We do, yes. Though I cannot say whether she's here or not. Hopefully you have the chance to cross paths with her. Hopefully you have the chance to cross paths with her. I, too, am looking for someone. Have a good day, sir. Yeah, goodbye. There are memories ingrained in my soul. Over the years, they've grown gradually more distinct. I now, at the age of 21, I remember everything. Were I to tell this to anyone, they would think me mad. So I've kept them to myself my whole life. I remember many ages ago there was a mansion. There I met and lost someone dear to me. There I waited for him to return. I remember all this... Oh, this is going to be Giselle. I remember all the centuries I spent waiting. And I remember he almost lost his soul trying to save me. I am, once again, waiting for him. I'm making my way to where that mansion once stood. A single red rose in hand. A rose containing all my hopes, my dreams, my love. A prayer that it might one day reach you. Roses makes wonderful gifts, after all. I probably sound like I'm out of my mind, waiting for a man who exists only in my memories. A man who, in my 21 years of life, I've never once even caught a glimpse of. But that doesn't matter, because I know how much he means to me. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I will wait. I'll trust the memories burned deep into my soul. I don't know when he'll show up, or if he even will. Maybe we'll never meet in this life. Maybe I'll wait until I've grown old and died. But should that happen, I'll continue waiting for you in my next life, and the one after that, and if I have to, I'll always be waiting. No matter how long it may take, how great the obstacles that stand in my way, and what form you may assume. I'll wait as long as it takes. Another 100, another 1,000 years. So just promise you'll come back for me. Michael.
Clap it up, boys. So it seems at the very end there we had Mel, Nellie, Maria and Pauline, as well as the swordsman, and also obviously Jacopo, and then Giselle at the very end. So it looks like Michael, well, I mean, dare I say Michael didn't make it back, but clearly he is very much lost in space right now. Okay. Wow, what a story. 1,000 different twists, 1,000 different turns, characters that had depth and backstories that I would have never even in my life dreamed up. This game has seriously taken me aback in so many ways. I think this is like, what, episode 50, 49, 50, something like that, 48? I mean, wow. We've really been on a journey with this game. Oh, wow. I mean, I just don't even know what to say. After all the horrendous, terrible shit that these people went through, they finally find a semblance of happiness. Again, like I pointed out, Mel and Nellie, they're not siblings anymore. And they're able, so, you know, obviously it's insinuating they're gonna get together. You have the flaxen hair, or not the flaxen hair, but you have the swordsman, who, it doesn't seem like he yet has any kind of connection with Pauline, but it's pretty clear that they're likely gonna run into each other. So he's become an engineer. Obviously, Maria and Pauline, they're both still friends, living it up. You have Jacopo, still same guy as always, worried about stocks and making money. And Giselle, still ever waiting for Michael's return. Whew, wow. Thank you for playing. Thank you for making this game. This was one hell of a fucking ride. So, as far as I'm able to break down the story, well, let's wait and see if there's anything more to the credits to give us, because there might be, before I dive into all that. The house in Fata Morgana. Wowzers. There we are, folks. So, a game about... Oh, wait, hold up. Don't worry. You don't have to wait any longer. Giselle. Michael is back, baby. He's back. That's my man. That's my boy. I'm here for you. Oh, it's not over. So Michael did come back. That's what I'm fucking talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about, baby. We are so back. We are so back. There are memories ingrained in my soul. I remember there once stood a mansion here, in which many tragedies took place, in which great pain was suffered. Much of what happened in those walls was unspeakable, but they're events I should never have forgotten, because amidst all the misfortune, I attained something irreplaceable. Giselle, there's so much I have to say, so much I want you to know, but I'm sure I'll have plenty of time to get to all that. So for the time being, allow me to say this. Giselle, your smile is the light of my life. I want to spend my days with you. With that smile always at my side. And nothing to get in our way. Ending 8, Fata Morgana. There you go, fellas. There we go. Ending 8. Ugh. Oh my god. Alright, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Get a little prayer out. I ask of thee, O Father, to bestow upon their souls thy blessing. Oh, there's still Morgana to figure out though, right? Fata Morgana, complete the game. Ah, it's switched up. The main menu switched up. Whew. A story about... Okay, let's break this down. So, it was a lot driven by revenge, mistreatment, forgiveness, redemption, love, one's own identity. Fucking, tragedy. Just mistakes spiraling out of control. And all of that, trying to cover it all up, waiting, losing yourself, and all kinds of stuff. Holy fucking shit. This game is a whole, 3-hour movie with 2 other sequels making a fucking 9-hour trilogy game. I mean, seriously. 25 book series fucking game right here. Wow. I genuinely don't have any words to really give to this. It was good. It wasn't good. It was amazing. It was fantastic. There are 2 other... I think there's 2 other games. I think there's 1 other game available on Steam that we can get. But... Oh, man. I'm genuinely at a loss for words. That was the house in Fata Morgana. That was it. A game that is, something. That's definitely... That's an end of an era on this channel. That's for sure. Wow. I'm sorry if I'm sounding underwhelmed right now, but as far as my thoughts go, I'm just happy, right? I'm happy that all these characters that it went through so much fucking crap finally got the redemption they deserved. This game, by no stretch of the imagination, impressed me. Again, like I've mentioned, the twists and turns, it always has you on the edge of your seat. The second you think you have things figured out, it throws a fucking complete wrench into the plot, the lore, the story, the characters, to a point where you don't know what's real. This character that we were in, the white-haired girl's the protagonist. Why is she in all these stories? Oh, it's because, is she even real? Oh no, the white-haired girl is actually supposed to be... Michael being projected by Morgana into these people's lives. Are these stories even real? What, why is Michael being projected there? Oh, because I hate you, Michael. Why do you hate Michael? What did Michael do? What does Giselle have to do with any of this? Why is Giselle here? Why is Michael here? What's the real stories of all this shit? Like, and I could go on and on and on. Just this whole story felt like a knotted ball of yarn, just a complete fucking ball of knots. And just as you play the game, you're slowly picking through them, unknotting them, untying them, and eventually, at the very end, you have a comprehensive string laid out in front of you. And it is absolutely amazing how they managed to pull that off. I think so far, easily, this is one of the best visual novels I've played. I would even say better than like Clannad, and that has less to do with the quality of like some of these other major games that I've been playing, and more so just with the fact that the Fata Morgana got away with such amazing storytelling techniques, character writing, development. It was an experience. Not to say that these other games aren't, but clearly a lot of them are a bit more conventionally focused on, love, accepting yourself. Obviously, this game had similar themes, but it felt like it delved so much deeper and so much heavier into those themes that it wasn't just some, oh yeah, well, I'm, I like, like, oh yeah, here's Michael. Oh, well, I like guys and I'm a guy, right? Like, if it was going to be a story like that, it'd be like, okay, cut and dry. He likes dudes. He comes to, be able to be comfortable in that realization and surrounds himself with people that accept him for who he, yada, 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 stuff like that. This game is like that, but 1,000 times more deep. And I mean, it's so fucking perfect. It's so perfect. Because again, every time I felt like the story was like, oh, this is getting kind of boring, right? Like, I feel like I understand what's going on. Every time it got to that point in the game where I felt like that, that's when it would switch things up. It has a beautiful pacing. And again, the way that it ties everything together like that, that's the kind of story that personally for me, I fucking love. Here's these 3 separate people in 3 completely different fucking times, of existence. And yet their stories are so heavily and thoroughly intertwined. Even to the point where it's so intertwined, they don't even know how connected they are, right? Like, the universe has just brought them all together. The right times and places and interactions and people and reactions and, all this stuff. And it's just, oh man. And then, of course, with this ending, like, the ultimate satisfaction, right? Because it feels like the exact opposite of, oh yeah, here's this of some other more God, I can't speak, of some other stories where it's like, hey, here's person A, they have a problem, they solve the problem, happily ever after, right? In this, it's like immediately there's mystery. You're waking up in this mansion with this mysterious maid in front of you. You have no idea what's going on. There's instantaneous mystery and something to solve. And then as you go through the different doors, there's things to solve and connect, but you can't properly connect them yet because you haven't even gotten into the actual game yet. So it's like, and even stories where it's like, oh yeah, here's character A, they have trouble, they fix it, but then they didn't actually fix it, and it's this dramatic reveal where everything was actually wrong, and boom, the story ends with tragedy, right? I mean, this was kind of the polar fucking opposite, where it starts with tragedy, it's tragedy all the way fucking through, just horrible fucking shit the entire goddamn time. And then just at the very end there, you get that very, very satisfactory, oh yeah, and then everybody got what they wanted, right? Everybody's happy, functioning, alive, existent, you know? So, again, the one person we're missing is Morgana. That is the one person that we're missing. So, you know, we'll have to see if in this, I believe there's a sequel, a direct sequel to this game, what happens in that. So, but thank you guys so much for sticking with me through this series. I cannot thank you enough for giving me the time out of your days to sit down and watch my videos. If it's for a minute, if it's for 10 minutes, if it's for an hour, if it's for the full length, if if you're actually paying attention, or even if you just have me on in the background, thank you guys so much for interacting with my channel. And, I hope to grow even more. Like I said, this is kind of a milestone, ending for this channel because of how long this game has been on here. I do think that I want to try and not have a game be around so long again, just because this is kind of proving to me that it's taking way too long to finish these games, admittedly. So, but yeah, just thank you so much for watching. Let's wrap it up. This is the end of the house in Fata Morgana. We will most definitely be back to this series in one of the sequel and or prequel games. I'm not exactly sure what they are. But yeah, hit the like button on this one, guys. Also, if you enjoyed this video, or if any other videos or series on my channel, then I highly recommend that you hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications, so you'll be able to see when those new videos comes out. That's going to be it for me. Again, thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.